This is a presentation for my unit plan number 1. This unit plan is all about testicular cancer. The target group for my unit plan is 9th to 12th grade high school boys, and this is going to be more of a seminar and less of like classroom instruction. To start off the seminar, I'm going to begin with an introduction period of about 5 minutes where the students introduce themselves with one another and the teacher introduces themselves to the students. This will allow everybody to become a little bit more comfortable given the topic that we are about to discuss. After the introduction period, I'm going to begin with the slideshow that I have up right now on the screen, and within the slideshow there'll be a discussion period as well. So let's get started. Testicular cancer is an uncontrollable growth of cancerous cells within the testes, and this can lead to a tumor either becoming benign or malignant, and when it becomes malignant, it's rapidly spreading and causing cancer throughout various parts or cells of the body. Risk factors. Now, the biggest risk factor is that men ages 15 to 35 are at a higher risk for developing testicular cancer. Family history is obviously a big one with any type of disease, because if you have a family history of it, there's a greater chance that you might develop that disease. Another one is having a personal history of already having testicular cancer. If you have cancer in one of the testicles, there's a greater chance of it developing in the other one if you have already had it before. Other risk factors include race, being white. White males are higher among any other race to develop testicular cancer, and while that is true, black males are more likely to actually die from testicular cancer in comparison to white males. Having cryptorchidism, which is a disease that causes the testes to not descend. Usually this is corrected pretty early on in childhood, but in some cases people can still continue to have this disease and not do anything to fix it. So some males may have had cryptorchidism and not even have known it at any point because it's corrected on pretty early. Our biggest line of defense in protecting people from getting testicular cancer is always going to be monthly self-exams. Like with any disease, the earlier that you catch it, the greater chance you have of being able to fight back and having a first line of defense on how to deal with this type of cancer. So at this point, I want to separate people within the class into different mini groups, about 4 or 5, and they're all going to sit down and discuss the risk factors for testicular cancer. If there's anything new that they learned that they didn't know before, if they have any type of risk factors that may put them at higher risk. Testicular self-exams is the next portion of the course. It's important to do the testicular self-exams in the mirror to check for any type of swelling. In the picture you can see the type of rolling motion that the animation is doing in between the finger and the thumb, and this is to help check for any type of abnormalities, any type of bumps, just anything out of the ordinary. And it's also important to identify the epididymis behind the testes to not confuse that portion for a lump. So there are 2 types of cancer. With the synovial type of cancer, that's usually found in men in their 30s and 40s, and it's a little bit less common. This type of cancer is going to be what attacks the cells that produce the sperm within the testes, and it generally doesn't really spread out as much. It can spread to the lymph nodes, even though it's not as common. The non-synovial cancer is a little bit more common. It accounts for more testicular cancer cases, and this type of cancer has been known to spread a whole lot more rapidly than the synovial type of cancer. So with most forms of cancer, symptoms that equal pain don't necessarily equal cancer. With testicular cancer, one of the most common signs is going to be the lump or the swelling on the testes, which is why self-exam is so important. Another thing that you may experience is some pain or discomfort, and that may or may not accompany any type of swelling. A change in the way that the testes feel is also a sign, so you definitely want to be checking for abnormalities in the way that you feel. A dull ache in the lower abdomen or groin might not necessarily equal cancer, so with that type of symptom, you definitely want that to probably coupled with some of the other symptoms that I discussed earlier, and the sudden buildup of fluid within the scrotum is another big sign for testicular cancer. Once I've completed the slideshow presentation, I'm going to leave about 5 or 10 minutes for any type of questions that the students may have on any type of clarifications or points that they may not have understood. And then before leaving the class, I'm going to have them complete an exit slip. Two of the questions that are on the exit slip are, firstly, list the steps of how to complete a testicular self-exam. And the second question will be to list 3 symptoms to look out for when it comes to testicular cancer. And this concludes my unit plan number 1. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.